Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and in this video we're gonna go over IGEN. So IGEN has had a pretty crazy last couple weeks, and I want to go over the price action because there's some people who are overreacting, but everything that we're actually seeing with the price action is exactly what we should be seeing. And so here we're looking at IGEN on the daily time frame, and the first thing we want to mention here is we actually closed today above our 200-day SMA. I've mentioned in a previous video, we expected the price action to come down this week because we were getting well away from all of our SMAs. We were above every single one of them. And so usually when the price action gets away either to the upside or to the downside, we have to end up getting closer to these SMAs. And so this was that week that we were cooling off. And so we saw our price come all the way back down. We closed today at 0082. We actually went as low as 0071 today. So to see us claw our way back above our 200-day SMA actually shows a ton of strength. It shows that people are buying on the weakness. And like I mentioned in earlier videos, when we're seeing the price action go down, we want it to be on low volume. And so if we come right here and we look at the last 3 days, you can see we've seen very minimal volume relative to what we've seen the last couple days. This is a textbook cool off that we're seeing with IGEN. We had our RSI at a 70, so we were almost overbought last week, so we expected this to cool down. Right now we are sitting at a cool 56, and the fact that we are holding that 50 level shows that we actually have strength here to the upside. The next thing that I look at is our MACD. So our MACD, our orange line, is not only above our zero line, but our blue line is still above. If you don't understand how to read the MACD, it's very simple. When the blue line is above the orange, we are in great health, bulls have control. And when the orange line is above the zero line, we are on an uptrend. And so anytime you get a crossover of the line like right here, this is when you want to be buying the stock. And you can see right here, this was the buying opportunity. And so right now we are cooling off. We're letting our lines get closer together, and this is exactly what we want to see for their stock. However, I want to look at this on the weekly time frame because this stock has been going down for a very long time, and I think the day-to-day swings aren't as important as the weekly ones. And so here we can see right now on our weekly, our RSI again almost overbought last week. We're cooling off all the way back down to a 54. So this is giving us a lot more upside room here to move forward as the next weeks progress. And so biggest thing I want to mention here is our volume. Look at what we're seeing so far. The last 2 weeks, extraordinary volume to the upside. This week, we've had a very minimal volume, yet our price action has been clobbering down. And so this is actually a great sign. Any buying power right now is going to eventually catapult the stock. So any weakness in share price is a buying opportunity at this point in time. And so when we're looking at our price action, I could still see it get a little bit lower. You can see our yellow line is finally starting to cross over. So we eventually will back test this yellow line. I don't know when it's going to happen, but we are going to back test it. And when we do, we really need to hold that level. If we hold that level, then we will start to see some larger moves to the upside. The biggest thing that I'm still excited about is our MACD here on the weekly. Like I mentioned earlier, when the orange line is above the zero line is when we officially start the uptrend. So on a longer term time frame, we actually still have yet to start an uptrend. And so if we continue on this trajectory, this orange line will eventually cross over the zero line. And when it does, that would be the official start of a multi-week uptrend. And so once we get to that point, it will be a lot more moves to the upside and we'll see a lot more green days. Until then, right now, we're still just cooling off with all of our indicators. We had an explosive last couple weeks where we saw our price action just surge extremely high. A lot of people may have taken some profits there. Market makers were getting out of hand at that point, and so they had to drag the price back down. They needed to get people back out of the loop. And so if some people got shaken out, just remember this is a typical pullback on an uptrend. And so right now, because we're above all of our SMAs, there are no signs of concern right now with this stock. And so the last thing that I want to go over is our accumulation. So our accumulation right here on the weekly is not the best indicator of strength. You can see obviously we've seen a surge in people buying in IGEN, so that is great to see. However, our money flow is still negative on the weekly, which is still again a bullish sign because we have yet to reach an uptrend, so that is to be expected. But if we go here to our daily time frame, what we're going to see is a positive number right now on our money flow accumulation over distribution. And so right now we are actually sitting at a very nice 120 million. And so you can just see we've been surging for a very long time. Our accumulation has been steadily increasing on the daily. So from this point in time right here in November, we've just been steadily going up, and we've seen a surge in recent times because of our contracts. But if we look at our price action has not been as linear. We've gone up, we've gone down, and now we are starting to go back up. And so remember, the price of the stock does not represent the company, and the company does not represent the stock. And so if we're looking at where we are right now, we still have a very coiled up accumulation, meaning this type of price action that we've seen when we surged 100% still can happen, and I am still expecting to see very large run-ups at certain points in time, and I can't wait for those moments. And so as an investor in IGEN, it being my biggest position, I am loving the way we are setting up right now. If we look right here to the right, a lot of the stocks on my watch list are red, and so that's just the name of the game so far. It's been a very tough time in the markets in the last couple days, but when we're specific to IGEN, the red days have actually been a blessing. We knew we were going to cool off, but we're doing it on low volume. So that is a great sign to buy the dip. And so I felt obligated to make this video because this is my biggest holding, and I want to go over the technicals so you guys also have a better understanding. The price fluctuations with this stock are extreme. It's extremely volatile. If we just look at our days range today, 0071 and our high was 0087. So we could see major swings. Market makers want you to sell your shares so they can buy them cheaper. Don't let them do that. The best way to do this is just buy on the dip, continue to load up where you can, and then just hold and wait for the rocket to take off. And so this was my quick little update here on IGEN stock. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on the road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.